What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to show y'all how to use one of these thread file tools. I'll put a link in the description where y'all can find one of these so you don't have to buy a whole kit if you don't want to. This is going to be our test subject for today, this nice little metric bolt and nut. So you can see this little metric bolt. The threads are nice and purty, aren't they? And the nut goes on just fine. Well, we're going to have to do something to fix that, aren't we, boys? We did a nice little number on that bolt, didn't we? Now this nut isn't going to thread on here very well, is it? Well, there it goes. It's on there that far. As you can see, it's not going to go any farther than that. So how do we fix this? Well, what we can do is go to our tap and die set and get us a die that'll cut those threads and fix them. This is too big, obviously, for this bolt, but that's going to take away way too much metal, and it's just going to make this bolt nearly useless. So what do? We go get a thread file. And you can see this one's made by KD Tools. And it's got a bunch of different thread pitches on here, depending on what size your bolt is. So you can see how far this thing threads down on here. It doesn't go very far before it stops. That's about as far as it's going to go. So we're going to have to fix it. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is spin our little thread file around and figure out which thread pitch matches our bolt. So we know it's not this one because it's way too small. This one's way too big. So we just spin it around and look and see until we find one that matches. This one right here is the one that matches this bolt. You can see that this is the one that matches this bolt. Look how nicely they fit down in the thread file. You can see our damaged threads right there on the end. There's some that are damaged up here, but they're mainly damaged right here. So we're going to take our thread file and just file them back. You can see they're getting much better, especially up here at the top. We're just going to keep doing this until we fix the bolt. It might take a little while, but that's how we have to do it. Alright, you can see the threads now. You see they're just a little bit flat. But I bet you it'll go on there. I bet you it will. Let's see if it'll go on there, boys. You ready for this? Here we go. Is it gonna go on? Look at that. Beautifully. We didn't cut any metal. It's not cross-threaded. On there beautifully. Look at that. And just to prove that it'll go all the way on there without having to cut any metal, let's get a ratchet, a little SK ratchet, and tighten her up. Look at that. Beautiful. It didn't fight me at all. It went right on there. Look at that. Right on there, no problems. So next time you strip out a bolt, don't go run into the tap and die set. What you want to do is go buy one or pull it out of the toolbox and go get your thread file and fix those threads the right way. Now a thread file doesn't file things in the way you think it would, like a regular file. It basically is just a harder steel than the bolt, and it just massages the threads back to what they should be. It doesn't take off any metal at all. It's really weird the first time you use it, but you'll see. It'll make you a believer out of them once you use them a couple times. This can really get you out of a pinch, especially on like a CV axle, where on the end of it, if you boogered up the threads, you can get in there with the thread file and fix those threads. That way you don't have to buy a whole new CV. If you get in there with a die, you're going to remove that metal, and when you go to torque that nut on the end of it, it might strip out, it might not work, or it might work. You never really know. So you really want to try to use a thread file first, because those CV axles are not cheap. There you go, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed this video. Later.